You're watching QVC. With me is Nick Hickman from FireAngel. Good to see you again.
And you, Simon.
We were speaking earlier on this morning about a pack which, really, if you've got a house, you need at least some of these things, and why not buy them in this very clever pack? What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Wi-Safe from FireAngel. Wi-Safe because it's wireless, so it's totally portable, and safe because it's a safety system for your home that will detect carbon monoxide, smoke in the case of a fire, and direct those to a handset here, which will trigger wherever you put it in the room.
Now, we've seen smoke alarms. We've seen them. You put them on the ceiling and they beep. But the thing is, what is really quite surprising is that, especially for children, you don't even wake up if they beep.
It absolutely astonished me. There's research show that 94% of children, that's children aged between 6 and 15, wouldn't wake up to a standard smoke alarm.
And that's if it's really nearby as well.
That's if it's on the landing outside their bedroom with their bedroom door shut, as it should be for positive safety.
So what this does is, if the smoke alarm beeps or if the carbon monoxide detector beeps, it transmits the signal of the beeping to this, and this does some very clever things.
It does. The handset is very clever. What will happen is that this will immediately flash when either of these articles are triggered. And that flash gives, so you not only have a visual warning in the bedroom, but obviously that will then have an 85 decibel siren on it as well. So right next to where you need it the most, you've got a loud siren and you've got a flashing light. That will wake up, in this instance, the child, but also an elderly relative or a heavy sleeper, or someone that maybe is hard of hearing and wouldn't normally hear that, and there's 9 million of those in the UK.
And of course, if that's downstairs, you know, in the sitting room, and they're upstairs in another room, OK, you should have more than one in your home, but then this is probably going to send a signal. You know, you're going to hear it.
It is, and so they'll wake up. The idea of Wi-Safe is to, A, wake you up, and B, get you out of the house. And so really cleverly, when that goes off, as soon as you take that out of the handset, this then turns into a bright escape light torch. OK, well, we can have a look
at it in action, because we made a little video to give you an idea of just how this will work. Now, it is suitable for every home, and it's a complete system, although you can add more to it. If you need more smoke alarms or more carbon monoxide detectors, you can do. You put them where you need them. They're totally wireless. You can permanently attach them, or you can have them in a portable mode, like the carbon monoxide detector. Talk us through it. You know, you've got a standard house. You know, everyone should have some sort of protection like this.
That's it. I think that there's a mindset of it'll never happen to me with fire in the home. And, you know, there's almost 60,000 fires in homes every year. And so it does happen to a lot of people. And another sort of fairly startling fact is that 40% of smoke alarms in the UK are disabled actively. So that's people taking the batteries out or not replacing the batteries once they've finished. And so there's a lot of people there without cover in the event of a fire.
Now, these are sensitive smoke alarms, but they're not so sensitive every time you make a bit of toast they're going to go off.
That's right. I mean, what we would say is actually with a smoke alarm of this style, you'd actually place that on the landing so that it's away from the kitchen, because, you know, that is going to send a signal to the handset anyway. And then with a carbon monoxide alarm, you place that near an appliance that would burn a fossil fuel. Now,
a lot of people think carbon monoxide, oh, that's just gas fires, but it's anything that burns a fossil fuel. So we're talking wood, coal, oil.
It is. Carbon monoxide is a massive issue. A fossil fuel is basically, like you say, gas, coal, paraffin, kerosene, oil, anything like that. And so if you've got a boiler running off gas, or a coal fire, or an Argo that runs, you know, off wood, then they could be giving off carbon monoxide if it's not working efficiently.
OK, and you wouldn't know?
You wouldn't, because carbon monoxide is called a silent killer, and for a very good reason. It has no taste, no smell, you can't see it, you can't hear it, and so it is totally invisible to human senses. And you would not know you've got it in your home unless you had a carbon monoxide alarm. Well,
there's opportune that you bring it to us this week, because it's Child Safety Week this week.
It is.
And this is an award-winning product.
It is. We're very proud of that. A couple of months ago, we won an award at the National DIY Awards and got the highest points total out of any products in any category. They obviously sort of saw the benefits of a system like this.
Well, I must admit, also, because it's holiday season, because we've read about it, we've heard about it, but you go and stay in an apartment, you go and stay in a hotel room, and who knows how well it's been looked after. You can put this wherever you are, and it will let you know if there's a dangerous level of carbon monoxide.
We would always advise taking a carbon monoxide alarm on holiday with you. The regulations abroad tend not to be as stringent as they are in the UK often. And as you sort of hinted at, there have been some instances where, you know, fatalities have been caused abroad.
Well, it's a very, very complete system. It's very, very simple to use.
Incredibly.
The instructions are very complete, but you just basically set it up and it's done. And if you want another smoke alarm, you know, to put one upstairs, one downstairs, then this system will register and you can have several other items.
It is. Up to 20 units can actually be registered to the one handset. So you could, I mean, the fire brigades, for instance, would suggest that you have a smoke alarm on every level of your dwelling.
And fire brigades are fitting things like this?
They are. Fire brigades fit these in a number of areas around the country, and so again, that's a fantastic approval of our products and the quality of the products, yeah.
And I suppose that a lot of people will be thinking, yeah, but I can get a smoke alarm for £10 or £12 or £15. Why would I spend £58 and 20 pence? Because it's more than a smoke alarm.
It is, and I think that, as we touched on earlier, there are a number of people in the UK who are at risk of not hearing a standard smoke alarm in a house where the doors are shut at night.
So and it could be kids or people with hard of hearing?
Kids, hard of hearing, of which there are 9 million in the UK, heavy sleepers. And this is a fantastic system that will look over them whilst they're asleep and wake them up in the event.
But also, there's the carbon monoxide one. Now, the great thing about the carbon monoxide, because I got the older version, which isn't wireless, but you can get some that just change colour. But the thing is, you've got to look at them all the time to see if they have changed colour. This alerts you, and it gives you a digital readout of what's going on.
It does. It tells you exactly what's happening. It's actually really clever because it will take the highest reading of carbon monoxide over a 4-week period. So if you've been away on holiday, for instance, and you come back, you wouldn't know you'd had a carbon monoxide leak. You can hold the test button down for a few seconds, and it will show you the highest reading. And so if you've had a spike of carbon monoxide in your house, you'll then be alerted that something's happening that you would never have known about.
And of course, the other thing is it's wireless. And this is it's like a cordless phone. How many times have we gone, is that the phone? I can't hear. But now cordless phones, you take them with you. They're right next to you.
Absolutely.
And then it converts into a torch. And also, if it's a little one who picks up the torch and they get a bit disorientated.
Yeah, I think that often happens, is that in the middle of the night, if you're startled awake, then you kind of don't know where you are. The flashing light on top of that gives you a point of orientation so you know where you are. The torch, as you remove it, automatically comes on from the handset, and so that helps them get out of the house as well.
Is it worth the £58.20?
What value do you put on your life? I'd have said I'd put more than £58.20 on my life.
I think you're probably right. Nick, thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Simon.
Nice having a chat with you.